Hello guys, this is ScherBR talking, and today I want to do a quick guide on the current event, the Isekai Labyrinth. That's the Danmachi Collab. I know some people are having trouble dealing with the BlackBird Boss on the Challenge 3, or maybe the Shield bosses, or also trying to find the mission boards and what to do. Well, I'll be posting on the description here where you can find all the missions and the rewards that related to it. So, let's go to Exchange Boot now. You can just check the mission board on the description, but the Exchange Boot, it's good to just talk about when looking at the screen. First of all, I didn't really farm the event so far. I just got the Ember, and this remaining drops here, or the Monster Man Stone, was just by dealing with the mission board. So, I didn't get these words here yet because, I don't think I will really use this stuff here because, on the first part of the event, these enemies were not that hard at all because you could just remove their defenses, the resistance to other elements, and still hit hard to defeat them. But they may appear on the second part of the event as well, and if they are just strong and have too much HP on the second part, these weapons may be useful, but right now, at least for people playing the game since launch, I don't think these words are that useful at all. And also, you always have to purchase everything here, this limit break materials, and this is a lot of costly. You know that when you reach the last copies, it increases the costs. You see here just the last time that you're trying to get this limit break materials, each stone will cost 400 currency, so that's very costly. If you keep doing this in every event, you're just wasting your AP. If you're able to brute force through the content, it's just better because you'll be saving a lot of resources. These weapons here, after you clear the event, mostly of them are just useless or just status 6 for people on divine transfer or things like that, or just for people starting the game. For people starting the game, this is cool. You just get an okay weapon with just free using drops from the event. But people that are playing the game so far for some time just don't need to keep just spending resources every event to get these 5-star event weapons. In Bringer of Chaos Part 2, there was some need from that event weapons because, that the weapons were strong against any enemy of the event. It was just strong for the whole event. But here, it's different. This time it's just like the Fullmetal Alchemist Collab. These weapons here are not Slayers. Let me just get them to there. And I'll just get the one I just claimed was this one here. I had since before. You see that's red shield effective. It just does have damage to the red shield. So this is just heavy damage to a single boss, and because of it, it's just not that good because, like the Bringer of Chaos, it's just a weapon to be used on the whole event. This one is just against a single boss. You need to upgrade this weapon to just a single boss. So you see that if you can avoid this, just avoid and don't do this. Save your resources. Okay, let's go back to Exchange Boot and talk about the things that are worth trade. Let's go here. Let's go to Exchange Boot again. So just talk about the weapons. If you can't just keep them, at least for now, if you need them in the second part of the event, you can just farm. There's another thing to talk about. The second part of the event, we will use a different currency. We can just, I can just know this because of something that you can check here. And when you get to the screen that you can test the characters, it's here. You can, when you click on the new character experience quest, you can see the characters that can be used. It's Hestia and Ace. When you click on Hestia, you see that she just has the fire enhancement, and the weapon just is not a Slayer. This weapon is not a Slayer, it's just a single weapon. But when you click on Ace, you see the Desperate, and Desperate has the Monster Horn Plus. It says increase the drop amount of Monster Horn plus 25. This Monster Horn is still not available on the event, so this is probably a drop from the second part. And usually when the new drop starts to appear on an event, it means that the last currency will not be used for the second part. So you can just focus on getting everything you want just right now, and you don't have to wait for the second part to see if there's better drops on the second part, because there won't be. There will be just a new type of currency, just like in some past events where the second part added things like the gold medal coins. So that's fine. After this thing here, the Ember was exactly right here, but I just get it. It costs 1k drop currency. And there's these two orbs. I'll be getting this right now. These orbs are very important to have, and not that costly, just very good. Well, I have a lot of Awakening Pearls. I'm not so sure if I want this right now. I'll just leave it for later. And the Nameless Hero memory is just very good. You see, it's not that costly. And for the first time of all, the Nameless Hero memory number 4, it's not that costly. You see that's cost 30 currencies, and you can just get up to 200 on a single run of the last stage of the event, if you get triple. So, okay, I will just get this one, but I don't have enough right now, but we will just farm some more. The Nameless Hero Memory 2 is also interesting. These books here are also good to have. It's not costly. You can just get them because it's easy to upgrade your characters, limit break their levels, because it just only uses 2 of the books, and you'll be saving instead of using the nameless books. The hammers are the first time they're very costly, not that good to be having unless you really need them. So let's just not get the hammers if you don't really need them. You also have this orb, this not work. The rainbow kills are not work. The gold is worse. This is some of the worst hates so far. And there's the skill up stones, the skill up glass, ore, and shard. These things here are used for the free skills of your weapons, and well, I'm not so sure how it works so far because I really had the chance to test everything right now. Because also you have to have more items to use as free skills, and the game just gave us 1 of each. You can see here I have, and it's better to see your items by clicking on this part here. Instead, you see the game just gave us 1 of each type. One gives more physical damage, other gives more physical defense, other gives more magic, and things like that. Well, there's some mistranslation here. It says Magic Gold Mark 1 and applies Magic up to. It's probably Magic up 1. And the success rate is 30%, so just don't use this thing right now. We don't have enough to give a real difference when fusing the stuff. You have to save it some more for it to be good. There's a good event guide on the Reddit. It's not event guide. It's just a party skill and free skill guide, and it was written by Aura, and it's awesome. It's very intuitive. There's images on it. Don't try to use this stuff right now. You can just play with party skills, but this stuff right now is not useful yet. You have to get more copies of this stuff here so you can apply more raw status to your weapons. So let's go back. The exchange booth is fine. Finish it because there's nothing better to get. Just explaining everything. Well, let's go to the stage 3 of this event. And like a lot of people are having trouble with the BlackBird. Well, the BlackBird is the best place to farm because it has 1 less node than the other pets to fight the other bosses. So you'll be saving more AP. And well, the boss has some different mechanics, and these different mechanics can bring some trouble for some people. Let me just get the squad. I can use this in this stage. Well, let me see what I can get. Well, I was using this squad for everything on this game and this event, but it's not the best squad to be using. Well, first because all of the elements that this boss are strong to, there's a lot of resistance. So when using Holly, it's not just half damage, it's even lower than that. So if you're using your Lennet, you either use this word here, the Hestiac Knife Replica, or you use the First Battle's word and just attack with it. Besides, just to see how much damage this word can do, I'll just get it upgraded right now and equip it on my Lennet. Let's just see how much experience we can get. It didn't get a great success, but it's okay. It's just for testing, because Lennet has a bonus damage on this event. She's just very important to be used. So using this weapon here is actually a very good idea. Just get crit success, but that don't matter. Okay, let's click on the edit party. We just changed the first weapon. For this weapon here, it will really reduces my physical attack, but the multipliers may justify it. So, okay, this is my Lenneth. My orbs with her is just focus on Divine. Divine is the best thing to have right now. It improves all status by 16% at the start of each of your turn, when the productive gauge is at 1 or more. Active reinforce is for damage, for action skills. Okay, it's the best thing to do. I'm also bringing Killing. Killing is one of my favorite characters so far, and I need to focus on Taiji or Voltage Boost and Mittens. And Mittens will be the best for me to focus, but well, let me just see if I can get a good red for her. This one seems interesting. No, it increases attack. I don't need attack with her, I need magic. Now let's just let it just like this. And I'm also using Lucian. I like Lucian. He's not that strong like other characters, but well, he's just good to be used because of I like to see a lot of red crystals dropping. And Lenneth is getting a bonus experience, and it makes just everything easier to just level her now, because every time she hits a new limit break bar, she gets to level 55, she gets a new party skill. At level 70, she gets a new party skill. At level 85, she gets a new party skill, and at level 99, she gets another. It's not like it's different, it's just a new level for the skill. So I need to just train my Lenneth here and get some experience. Okay, this is the squad I will be using. I just need to get someone here that has a good friend here. The Sarny Green is fine. And let me tell you something. You need to bring both fire and lightning to this stage. If you are facing the BlackBird, he needs to be inflicted with both fire and lightning to open his weakness. And that's what I'll be doing here. You see my Lenneth is using the Fire's Word, Arnie Green is also from fire, and Killing and Lightning Lucian is from lightning. So that's fine. I'll just start with the squad here. This boss doesn't hit that hard. He has a buff that can inflict more damage, but his problem is more because he just inflicts poison a lot of times. Sometimes he inflicts blind on us, and it can just takes more time to killing it. So you see, I'm using my Freya with the Mesh's staff. The Mesh's staff has the healing ability, they call it heal, and at max it just heals a good amount of value. This one of mine is not even maxed, it's on level 4. So it heals a lot, circa of 40% of HP, and it just helps me dealing with the stage. My Killing is using the Shuruk staff. The Shuruk staff maxed heals almost the full health that you need. And this boss here, I see that the best strategy is just dealing damage and healing instead of just using active skills. Well, I never tried the action skill from this word. I'll just use here because I know it's... Well, the damage is just fine. Not that much of a damage, but just fine. The animation is pretty interesting. But the best thing here was just kill the minions. You see, she just killed the 2 plants that were on the front on the BlackBird. And now I need to hit it with the lightning. You will see something on the screen that explains what it just did. Oh, you see, weakened by the powers of fire and lightning. He just got weak to fire and lightning now, and fire and lightning will do even more damage. So maybe you just use one of the active skills on the first turn, and then you use more because the damage will be better than on the second turn. And you see how much damage Lenneth is doing. Lenneth is just very strong to be used here. Also, another stuff, I just didn't farm for the Purify Attack Gouge. I could just do this before entering the stage. I just did it because I was just trying to get as fast as possible to the boss. So you entering it with the full gouge, you just do this on the second turn, because you do more damage when you open his weakness, okay? Don't do on the first turn, just use one of the active skills from the replica sword, the fire sword that I just equipped. You kill the minions, they won't do more damage to you. After that, you weakness, you attack with fire and lightning. Fire, you just attack it because of the active skill, you just attack normal with your other characters for lightning damage. And on the second turn onwards, you just focus on damage, because the damage will be better. Okay, you see, now I'll be using my Purify attack. There's a lot of damage right now. Even when he applies poison or blind, he's just not that strong. And also, he won't buff himself during the first turn. He'll take some turns to buff. So if you bring the Purify attack gauge on the max and you open his weakness on the first turn, you won't have a hard time dealing with this boss. You see, he's already dead. I see some people even told me that they spent 10 revives just to clear this boss because they were having difficulty. But I just hope it explains well. My equipment is not pay-to-win equipment. I just using the free stuff that they gave us. Most of my equipment are just free stuff. And let's just check exactly what I was using here on the stage. You can check here. You see that also my drop was 74 currency drops. It can be triple if you have luck. It goes through 222 drops. So here is my equipment. You see, the only gacha weapon is the Whirlpool Blade Shade, because I really like this weapon and I invest on it and summon for it. But also, this one is free. The first one was just gave to everyone. This word here, if you don't find it in your inventory, just go to gift box and claim, because it was sent by gift box to every player in the game. And you see, Shuruk was a free weapon. This one is a free weapon, Millennium Hot Staff, and the Nerade one is also a free weapon. And now about Lucian, free weapon, free weapon, free weapon. You see that can be done with everyone can do this. It's not a gacha exclusive, not anything. I'm not even using party skills because I just want to read more and test before just going with it. And so this explains, I hope it helps people to get better on this event. And well, last thing to do is just talk about the Divine Weapon Summon. And there's something that people may not notice, but this banner here, the Danmachi Crossover Step Up, has better chances of artifact than the Lucian banner. Because, well, the Lucian banner has a sword instead of an artifact when you consider the drop heights. When we click here on the drop heights, well, let me explain better. When you click on drop heights, you see that there's the Lox Imperium as a sword and the Garabelli Bond. The Garabelli Bond, it's the artifact, but Lox Imperium is not an artifact. It's a very good sword to have, or sometimes even more important than an artifact. But it's taking the chances of an artifact on the drop heights. When you consider the drop heights here, it goes to 1.6% for artifacts, considering all artifacts, 1.6% chance. And when compared to the Danmachi Crossover Step Up, it's different. In Danmachi, we have a total of 2.24 chances for drop heights for an artifact, be it their artifacts, the new characters' artifacts, or any other artifact. You see here, it's Desperate is an artifact, Hestia an artifact, and also all other stuff here to the Old Bow are artifacts. If you summon it up, you see that it's 2.24 chances of an artifact. So if you're just trying to summon some weapons or trying for the new characters, just go to this banner. It's the best thing right now to be summoned. Sorry guys. And so this covers everything from this event. If you're having difficulty, you guys deal with their enemies, well, just go to my stage to stage videos. There I will show you how I cleared all my stages. And let's just wait for the part 2. There's not much stuff to do on the part 1. So you can just go back to the other stages like this Nameless Flower or the towers that you haven't, and wait for the second part. Maybe there will be another event soon because they just release a lot of events, but if no, you can just farm for temper crystals or just do the seraphic gate, even if it's just that costly, okay? That's it, guys. Thanks for watching so far. Please subscribe if you haven't, give a like, and we'll see each other on the next video. Thanks.